Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Can I still say that after a week of January? I guess just about. In typical Dutch fashion, we've had about 3 millimeters of snow, which then started to melt and then froze, leaving everything coated in a thin layer of ice, which is super slippery everywhere. So if I slip and fall, it's gonna make one hell of a blooper reel. Anyway, so I've been putting off this video for a couple of weeks. Wanted to do a little review of the year. I hope my crunchy footsteps aren't super annoying. Oh well, we'll find out later during editing. So 2016, what a year that was. I said a year ago that I was gonna try to crank up productions and the visibility and everything in 2016, but it never really happened for a number of reasons. Because 2016 was a really tough year. I mean, personally, it was a great year. A lot of great stuff happened in my life, but professionally, it was really tough. First of all, when I moved, I had to give up my studio, and I thought I'd have a new studio in like 3 or 4 months, have a look around, and then find the right place, and maybe use some time to properly furnish it and soundproof it. But yeah, in the end I did find a good place, but since then it's been really difficult to get things done. The drawings have been done and everything's looking good on paper, but nothing's really happening yet, and it's really frustrating because I've been working from my attic at home now, which is it's not working out too well. I got used to the sound a bit and have since been able to do a couple of mixes, and I can work, but it's really difficult. It's slow. I'm unsure of what's really happening, and I can't wait to finally have my stuff properly arranged again and have good sound. So there was that. Also, production-wise, for me in the hardcore, it was already also a really difficult year because the way the style has been progressing, it doesn't really suit what I like to produce and what I like to spin when I'm DJing. And it's really easy for people to say, like, just do your own thing and you don't have to care about the people who don't like it, and just do it for the fans and they will be there and they will support you. Well, that's really true, and I really appreciate the fans, and I'm super grateful for everybody who supports me and listens to my stuff. But at the same time, it's really difficult to play parties and festivals, to be standing before an audience that doesn't really want you there. That's what it feels like. I'll be standing between Miss Kate, N-Vitral, whatever, and I mean, these guys have done really well this year, but what happens is people are just, at best indifferent to what you're doing, and at worst they really don't appreciate it. And I've had instances this year that people have been downright aggressive, not really to me, but like one of my colleagues had a bit of technical trouble at a party, and people didn't really appreciate the style he was playing. And then some guy just walked up to him and basically threatened him that he was screwing everything up, and that's no environment that you want to make your art in. So all in all, it makes you feel kind of unwelcome. I've used this analogy before, like if you're a chef and you really know what you're doing and what you want to bring, but the people who eat at your restaurant, they don't like your food. I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to start to question your own tastes or question your own abilities. People want fries and beer, maybe a frikandel. But at the same time, at a certain moment you say, you know what, maybe I'm better off somewhere else where people understand what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to whine or anything, you know, not at all. I really support all my colleagues who have done really well, but it's difficult for me to find a place in this new style of hardcore, this new style of parties. The genre has kind of moved away from what I want to do. So at the same time, I have always decided that I'm not gonna, you know, change my style to fit in better, because I can't do that, even if I wanted to. If I had to change what I was doing to suit like some, you know, change in hardcore, then I might as well just quit, because I started to do this because I loved hardcore, because it was fun for me, and I wanted to, you know, do my thing for the scene and let my voice be heard, so to speak. But if it ends up being a chore, or if it ends up being that I have to, you know, keep in mind all these different aspects and politics, and you know, that's not what I set out to do. That said, I hope it really doesn't come that far, because, you know, I really feel like I still have a lot of passion and a lot of ambition for you know, stuff in hardcore as well as closely related genres, and I really hope I can still keep on bringing that. So all that said, I do actually have a lot of stuff ready and semi-ready for release. When I was wondering if there was still a place for me in the hardcore, I was just looking on my hard drive and collecting the stuff that I had, and it turns out I actually have a lot of stuff. So I was considering just bundling it all together and releasing an album, because it's basically enough to do that. I would have a lot of new material and a lot of stuff that's not being collected yet, that I've done here and there, and collabs that haven't been properly featured yet on my own channels. So I'm considering doing that. I will have a couple of talks about the technical side of things, and we'll see if there's a way to do that reasonably soon. I'll have to finish off some stuff and finish the masters, and it's not quite done yet, but it's all kind of already there, so it shouldn't take too long. So, you know, whatever we decide about that, I'm gonna keep you guys updated, of course, so that you know what's going on. And I really hope to have good news about the studio situation as well, because that's, you know, it's been really demotivating to just not be sure about what I'm doing, and maybe that'll help a lot. And then after that, you know, we'll see. I'll keep making music for sure. We'll just have to see in what way. Of course, there were also positive things about last year. I think the remix I did for Miss Kate got me listened to in a couple of other circles that maybe normally don't check out my stuff, and the collab with Terra was really interesting, because completely different kind of genre that he's normally in, and it was cool to work with somebody else who works differently on the tracks, and it was cool to learn from that as well. The collab with N-Vitral at least got me a good stomp track, because I wouldn't have had one otherwise. And Wavelizer did a great remix of that as well, which I obviously didn't have to do any work for, so thanks a lot for that. And I also did another number of interesting projects, so it wasn't too bad really, production wise. It was just not very much. The wind is picking up and it's getting pretty cold out here now. I know, Canadians and Scandinavians, you can shut up. I'm not gonna set a foot on this bridge. So I don't know what else to say. I can make New Year's resolutions and promises about, you know, uploading music and videos, but I'm not going to do that, because it just adds more pressure to things that I might not be able to keep. But at the same time, I'm really going to try maybe some more low production videos like this one, and we'll see you around next time. Hang on, 2017 name dropping: Synapse, Miss Hysteria, The Outside Agency, Promo, and some other guys I'm not telling you guys yet.